Yeah, it's championship week, and we're excited. Certainly our student athletes are getting ready to get their last bit of schoolwork done before we head out on Wednesday. And certainly this is the accumulation of a lot of training, going all the way back since July 1st for most of our athletes, and looking forward to the opportunity of competing in the national championships and competing against the best teams and individuals in the nation this weekend.
Can you talk about Olin Hacker and just the performances that he has been putting up lately, especially in leading this team?
Yeah, certainly, Olin, we call him Grandpa Olin, and it's probably getting a little old now, but when you think about it, 7 years. But right now, he's just on another level. His confidence level is very high. Just see something different this year. It's like he gets it. He's been through the mill with this. He's had some good meets and some not so good. And now it's like, well, this is what I came back for. And just see a different attitude. He kind of is the leader, even though Bob beat him at the Big Ten Championships. He's just taken on that role and embraced it. And he's real serious about this weekend. He wants to be in the top 20 or even better, and he's excited about that opportunity to have another go at it. This is his last hurrah.
Mick, is it a disadvantage at all for a team like Wisconsin to go to a warm weather site and run this meet?
Yeah, the weather around here, the last few days since we came back from regionals, has been pretty cold. That's kind of a little bit of a shock to the system. Hopefully, we're looking at the forecast. They're talking about around 65 degrees for race day, race time, and certainly Thursday and Friday are going to be very hot in the high 70s, low 80s. That will be a shock to the system, but I'm sure the guys coming from this weather, go out there Thursday and Friday in shorts and T-shirts are going to love that. Racing in it is training in it, and racing in it are two different beasts. But hopefully by race time on Saturday, right now the forecast is around 65 degrees, so that's not too bad. We've had that weather around here, late into October, early November.
How unusual is it to have every runner record a personal best in a race? And when was the last time you did it in back-to-back meets?
Yeah, I don't know that we look into times as much as, placing. Courses sometimes, they're a little longer, they're a little shorter, so you can read into them. We look more at the splits, the kilometer splits, and our guys did a good job on Friday, and certainly at the Big Tens. Not paying too much attention to split times, but just our sport's about beating people, and I think when you spend too much time thinking about actual, kilometer splits or mile splits, you kind of lose the plot. So. We don't focus on that too much, but right now we know we're running well. We know we're very fit, but going into next weekend, it's a different beast. You run against the best teams, best individuals in the nations, and that's a great challenge. Where the guys are pumped up, they're ready for it. They've trained well over the last few weeks, and they're very fit. So they're excited about this opportunity.
So you have 31 teams plus some of the top individuals in the country. How do you gotta kind of approach this, especially with your team hopefully running together during the race?
Yeah, the last couple of times at this meet, we haven't done a real good job of looking for each other and running together as a pack, and it's different circumstances, of course. But we've done a real good job. We've practiced it in the last couple of races. We've done a pretty good job with it. And we got to tighten it up, obviously, a little bit. But, that's certainly something that we're looking to do this weekend. I think there's great comfort running together as a team. You've practiced it. You do it every day in practice, but we've done it in racing. So a great energy off the pack. And hopefully we can execute that this weekend.
And with such a strong team, as a team, what are your goals for this Saturday? Top 10, what are you looking at?
Again, to fix what's been broken the last couple of years, and top 10 certainly. A really good day. Maybe we can knock on the door of the podium, and that's always been the goal of this group. And certainly Olin talks about that all the time. Bob Lycan also there. Bob is the complete opposite to Olin. He's really eligibility-wise a freshman, so he did not run in the meet last year. So this is his first go. It was his first 10K on Friday, and he did a great job. So it will be certainly 4, 5, 6, 7 would be a pretty good meet for us.
And how do you approach, like you said, first 10K was at regionals. How do you approach that change from the 8K that you've run most of the season to that 10K distance?
Well, we always talk about we train for 2 hard 10Ks at the end of the year. So it's built into training. Don't think about it too much. Again, last Friday was, it's one of those kind of situations where you don't know what's going to be thrown at you. You had the 2 kids from Butler do a great job and just took the race, the bull by the horns and went after it. And everybody else, the top 4 or 5 contending teams, were just looking at each other for a good half of that race and kind of feeling each other out. Now, you won't get that opportunity to do that at the national championships. The gun will go and it'll just be, it'll be a battle right from the get-go. But unlike the regionals, it's so unpredictable. You're sitting there wondering who's going to make a move first. You're trying to conserve energy the whole time, and that can play mental games with you. It can really, if you haven't been through it, it's hard to prepare for it because you just don't know what's going to be thrown at you, and you're trying to, at all the back of your mind, you keep thinking, okay, I've got to run national championships next week. I got to save something in the tank. But when you look at the times, as Andy correctly stated, these guys still ran fast when you look at the overall finish. So you try to build it into training as much as you can.